animals.
Including fish.
And you can go on 75-minute cruises and see dolphins.
Stop.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of The Game Plan here on Sorgy Stories. I'm Anthony.
I am Daddy. This is our 12th city in our Game Plan series.
Yeah.
And this is one that is potentially going to have a lot more baseball than just one particular game that we want to go to. Being Brewers against the Tampa Bay Rays.
We're not just talking Tampa Bay here. We're talking the entire metro because there are two main parts to that metro, Tampa and St. Petersburg.
And because of that, it means a lot of driving around, a lot of seacoast to look at, a lot of different things that the sea and the region are going to provide in terms of our picks for our top fives of everything that we want to do, as well as our restaurant picks, which are going to come next edition of the Game Plan. Let's start with your number one of your top five of things to do in the Tampa Bay area. Number one for you is
Clearwater Marine Aquarium, a home for rescued
sorry about the fish impersonation.
A home for rescued sea mammals, including Winter the dolphin from a movie, A Dolphin Tale. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
It seems pretty cool, and you can touch dolphins. You can meet them. That's pretty awesome, and it's in Clearwater, another city in the Tampa metro area.
And look here in the map. That is so close to the ocean.
Exactly.
Or to the Gulf of Mexico as well.
Gulf. Number two is Raymond James Stadium, the host of 3 Super Bowls. And they've got some tours. It includes the pirate ship. That's what I really wanted to see here. Luxury boxes and the stadium club, as well as the University of South Florida home locker room and field access.
Yep, it's the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Green Bay Packers have played countless games there over about the last 20 years or so. Some successful, some not so successful. Your number 3, bud, is
the Florida Aquarium. It's got more than 9,000 animals,
including fish.
And you can go on 75-minute cruises and see dolphins.
Stop.
You can touch penguins, which is pretty awesome. They've got sharks, stingrays, gators, turtles, and octopus.
Yes, big octopuses.
It's in a pretty cool location, right on water, so that's pretty cool.
In Tampa itself.
My number 4 is the main attraction for baseball fans watching this, and for me, Tropicana Field. Some call it the worst stadium in baseball, but it's very unique. So they call it the worst because it's the only stadium that's a full dome.
True.
And we're not the biggest fans of it. We love the roof at Miller Park. They've got the Ted Williams Hitters Hall of Fame, which I never knew until I saw that.
Ditto, when we looked it up.
Yeah, you can eat a Cuban sandwich and...
Oh, the Cuban sandwiches, that's part of what you go to Tampa for. We're going to show you more on that next week.
And there is a tank with actual stingrays. I don't know how much I would like that, but...
Oh, I think it'd be cool to check out.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to check out, too. For my number 5, it's a big combined. There are 4 places to go with this. The Tampa Metro Area Spring Training Tour.
And not just spring training, but minor league games that we could actually see.
Yeah. The first one is LECOM Park?
LECOM Park, correct.
LECOM Park, home of the Bradenton Marauders, the high A...
Real quick, do you know what a marauder is?
I have no idea.
Someone who attacks and goes...
Oh, like a pirate?
Sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
The high A team of the Pirates, that makes sense. And their spring training home, the home of the Pirates for spring training, February through the end of March. And number 2, Spectrum Field. It is home of the Clearwater Threshers of the Phillies system. And it is the home of the Phillies for the month of spring training.
Yeah.
Number 3 is the one I was most interested in because it's home of the Yankees in spring training, the Tampa Tarpons, and the Yankees. And let me just give a quick little background piece here.
You gotta mention the name of the place, bud.
Oh yeah, it's George M. Steinbrenner Field, and we love the Brewers, number 1, but Yankees
always.
But I'm a 4th generation Yankees
semi-fan.
Semi-fan, yeah. I'm not a Yankee. Well, it's his Yankee hat, but I use it.
The reason that we love the Yankees with the American League has a lot to do with our family history. I told you some of it.
Yeah, so my great-grandmother, his grandmother, just loved the Yankees. Yogi Berra, Joe DiMaggio, both Italian. We are of Italian descent.
Full-blooded Italian, he's 50%.
So, it's always been a little biasness to the Yankees when it comes to the AL.
Right. Before the Milwaukee Braves ever came to
Yes,
Milwaukee,
yes.
Our family were a bunch of Yankees fans. And my last memory, by the way, or one of the last of my grandmother, was when we were talking about the Yankees during the first of their World Series championships with Joe Torre back in 1996.
Was that one with Jeter?
Jeter just became team captain, I think, that year. Or maybe it was his rookie year or the year after his rookie year. But that was when the Yankees started their dynasty of 4 championships in 5 years.
Number 4 is TD Ballpark, and it is home to the high A team, the Dunedin. Is that correct?
Dunedin? It's hard to pronounce, so we apologize for that.
Dunedin Blue Jays. It's a spring training home of the Blue Jays. So these 4 teams we just mentioned are all pretty good teams. I have to be honest.
Good franchises.
Yeah, the Yankees, Blue Jays, and Phillies, regular playoff contenders. And the Phillies, and the Pirates are gonna be there soon, probably.
Here's the fun part about what we're discussing. We usually go for 3 or 4 days on a typical road trip. We try and spend 3 or 4 days in a particular city.
Yeah.
When we go, so we know one of those nights we're going to be going to a Brewers game.
Yeah.
Any one of these 4 different stadiums could have a game that particular night. We don't know if all 4 teams are going to be on the road or if all 4 teams are going to be at home.
Yeah, we don't know. It's completely random. But the only thing is that I think it would work perfectly with the minor league season, because the minor league season doesn't run too far out of the summer. So I think it's a better chance we would get to go to a game.
Exactly. So we may be going to a lot of baseball. We may need some extra days in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. He gets the first pick of the top 5. I then take up sort of the scraps, which really aren't scraps in these cities.
Yeah.
Because there's so much fun to do. What Florida is about. The fact that you can enjoy sunshine and nature so much in a state that has so much natural beauty. Part of the natural beauty is all the animals that you'll find in the state of Florida. And there's a place called Big Cat Rescue that rescues a lot of different abused cats, and which reflects, again, a lot of what animals you'll find in the type of climate that Florida has. Now, these are not all from Florida, but you'll find abused tigers, lions, panthers, lynx that will all be rescued and brought to this place to spend the rest of their life in peace, knowing that they're going to be okay and be cared for. You were the one that even suggested it to me.
Yeah, I saw it on TripAdvisor, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. I didn't end up picking it because baseball,
yeah, exactly. Another thing that you'll find in Florida is people have a love of the arts, especially visual arts. In Tampa, they set up a museum specifically for Salvador Dali. It's called the Dali. It is located specifically in St. Petersburg. And like Milwaukee's own art museum, the building itself is a bit of a work of art. It has glass panels on the outside in such an unusual shape. It's just cool to look at the place itself before you even go into it. Dali was one of the great 20th century artists, one of the great 20th century painters and sculptors. He passed away when I was 14 years old, and I never heard of the guy until I started getting a little bit into the fine arts. And his work is incredibly contemporary. About 100 different works of art are going to be found in this museum in St. Petersburg. A lot of avant-garde art, stuff that you probably as a 10-year-old will be like, huh? What the heck does that mean?
Yeah.
But as you become an adult, you understand what the meanings of his work are even more. Staying on that side of the bay, you go to a city called Tierra Verde, and you'll find the island Ferry to go on a boat and check out in the Gulf of Mexico things like bottlenose dolphins. Now this is like a ferry boat that's a power boat. You will see bottlenose dolphins surrounding the boat, and in the wake of the boat, they're gonna fly up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Up into the air, out of the Gulf, and you can see them like within feet.
That's really
just incredible to see that. You'll get views of manatees. You'll get views of rays. A lot of different birds along the shore that are different than what we'll see around here. You'll see sea turtles. When the ferry lands in some certain locations, you'll find some unusual seashells as well. And again, this is right on the Gulf of Mexico. It is just fascinating to see. And staying with the theme of the beauty of the Gulf and the beauty of the beach, when you are in a town like Tampa or St. Petersburg, gotta go to the beach.
You have to go to the beach.
Gotta go to the beach.
I didn't pick a beach because, well, the best beach is usually crowded, so I didn't really want to pick that.
This one isn't as much.
Yeah.
It's south of St. Petersburg. It's in a town called Treasure Island. It's called Sunset Beach. A lot of stuff that you can do in the beach area, but especially when you go to the southern tip of that beach, it is very rarely crowded with some insane, amazing views of the sunset on the Gulf of Mexico. We have seen plenty of beautiful sunsets on our tours, the best one coming out on the Pacific in Oxnard, California. This one can give you that type of a view. It's going to look like an ocean because it's right on the Gulf, and it's amazing. You got a couple of different restaurants that are right by there as well that you can munch on some fantastic food. And finally, my number 5 pick, going in alphabetical order, also has to do with views. And this is one you tipped me off to as well.
Yeah.
That you see a lot when you see sporting events on television from the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, every time like there is a national game on for whatever sport it is.
Sunday night football, baseball, whatever it is.
They always open up with this.
It's the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. It doesn't take you directly from Tampa. It goes from St. Petersburg down towards Bradenton, Florida. Yeah. And it takes you across the bay, and it sort of becomes the entryway between the Bay of Tampa Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. It's about 2.5 miles with some of the most picturesque looking bridges around. It is a long drive. It is a beautiful drive, especially when you time it at the right time of night. Just picturesque settings. Now, the thing is if we were driving north, I get the view that I'm driving. You're going to be stuck on the other side. And they have to go south.
And then when we go back south, then it would be fine.
It would be work. It would work.
So, those are our top 5s.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, ding, ding, ding.
And why do they need to do it? Because what's coming?
What is coming?
You got to fill up your stomach.
Yeah, you do.
And we've got a whole bunch of picks we've made. The top 5 restaurants in the Tampa Bay area. You're probably going to have some of your favorites on the list. We always make sure you do. And then my picks are going to certainly have a lot of the flavor of Florida and a lot that comes from the richness of the Gulf itself. For little buddy, I'm Daddy. Can you give us a world-class euchre to take us out?
Song from the Sorgy Story Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, very close to the shores of Lake Michigan.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.